the real reason people hate Mercy players. I'm so tired of the fake excuses people use about she is an easy slash throw pick or her res is too OP. They can't make up their minds because the real reason is that our player base is predominantly women and they hate to see women in gaming. That's literally it. It's honestly disgusting the difference in treatment you get if you change your name from something feminine, Hello Kitty, Starfire, Mochi, etc., and stop wearing the pink skin. God forbid a gamer embraces femininity or the whole lobby riots and bans. And then they put an edit. I'd love to respond to everyone, but I can't. So I want to say that I don't mind people disliking Mercy. It's about people hating Mercy players because it's predominantly women. Hey guys, it's me, Grid here. Today we're talking about r/professional victims because that's what they are. And that's the reason people ban Mercy players, generally speaking, is because they're all professional victims. And by the way, not even just that, okay? There's a lot of reasons people ban Mercy. I'm going to get into most of them, okay? There's probably other reasons. Do some people ban Mercy because they're misogynistic and hate women? Absolutely. Do people do it because they're homophobic? Absolutely. I'm not going to act like it doesn't exist. But you're turning a fucking very small percentile into a very large percentile, which is fucking retarded. The majority of people ban Mercy because they want to play Reinhardt, and they unfortunately don't want a Mercy in their backlane, right? Because when the enemy team is running Ana Carry or Zen Brig or something, and I've got fucking Mercy Moira, I just lose on the spot because that backline sucks ass. And listen, I've been advocating for Mercy buffs for ages. I think Mercy sucks, and that's why I ban her, okay? If the character didn't suck so bad, I wouldn't ban them. But your chances of losing are dramatically larger with a Mercy on your team, right? So that's the character reason. Now for the player reason. If I would never ban Mercy because I have a Mercy player on my team, okay? That's not the reason. The only reason I would ever ban Mercy is because I don't want a Mercy on my team. Because no matter what happens, I still have the Mercy player on my team anyway. I don't care about Mercy players. But the vast majority of people that complain about Mercy players complain about them because they are professional victims. Like, this Reddit post is the average Mercy player. Mercy players are just big complainer, whiny crybabies, okay? It is what it is. Listen, I'm a Genji player. I do it too, okay? I'm more of a crybaby than Mercy players are. I completely understand it. And I completely get why people don't like Genji players. It's for the same reason. But I'm not going... They just don't want Genji on their team because they hate the male fantasy. Oh, they just hate Asian people. It's fucking silly, right? I wouldn't say that. That's dumb. People don't like Genji players because Genji players are whiny crybabies. And that is just how it is. That's the reality, right? Because I'm grounded in reality and I can understand that. I don't just immediately start blaming all my problems on other people around me. You know what I'm saying? There's a bit of rationale or reason that goes into why I believe certain things. And if I thought people hated Genji because they're anti-male fantasy, anti-super cool ninja guy fantasy, that'd be fucking retarded. And I would be a dumb person for thinking that. Just like this person's a dumb person for genuinely believing the majority of people are banning Mercy because they hate women. I'm just gonna say it how it is. Mercy players suck at this fucking game. They just do. I'm sorry. They are bad at the game. Mercy players do not require the same skill set as the majority of other characters do. And listen, that sucks. I don't like that. I've said that for years, that I don't like Mercy's skill curve. The majority of Mercy's skill comes from her ability to move around the map efficiently, be on the right targets when she needs to be on those targets, and understanding when to heal and damage with certain targets. That's literally it. There's nothing else to it. You don't really need a lot of aim. You need about the same amount of awareness as every other character in the game. Literally, your only mechanical skill is moving around. I don't know, you just don't require the same amount of skill as a lot of other characters do. And it's the same reason people don't like Moira, right? She doesn't require the same amount of skill as other characters do, which is why those players tend to be worse, right? Look at it this way. if you see a Tracer player in top 500, that Tracer player is likely capable of playing every hero in the game because they play Tracer, the hardest hero in the game, and if they can play Tracer sufficiently, they would have to have such an unbelievably high understanding of the game and knowledge of the game and mechanical ability and so on, that they would be able to play all of the other characters, maybe not to a top 500 level immediately, but they would very quickly learn to become that level. Now, if you have a Mercy player, or a Moira player, or a Lifeweaver player, people that play these characters that are more easy than the other heroes, then the amount of knowledge required to be at the average level of the games they're in is lower. Therefore, a top 500 Mercy player does not have to be on the same skill level, knowledge level, mechanical level, game sense level, or whatever it may be, as other characters in that lobby, like a Winston player or a Ryan player or something. Therefore, it means that, of course, Mercy players and so on are worse at the game because they do not require the same amount of skill as the other heroes do. Therefore, people ban Mercy or hate Mercy players because they tend to be terrible, and that's just how it is. And I don't like that either. I wish Mercy required more skill and had more carry potential, but people are going to find a reason to hate me for saying that. I'm sorry, dude, your character sucks balls, and the people that play it sucks balls as well. I'm sorry, your character's bad, dude. I don't know how else to explain it. Right, now we get to the part about Mercy players that people really hate, which is the fucking hateful, parasitic nature that the majority of them have. This person says, watch some stupid straight dude post a screenshot of this on Twitter to make fun of us and get thousands of likes that they've been doing recently. Imagine I said, watch some stupid gay person or some stupid black person. How fucked would that be? That would be completely fucked, right? You can't say that. And I agree. Well, you can say that. But you deserve to have some level of repercussion, not necessarily like a physical attack or something, but people deserve to be able to look at the words you say and say, you know what, I don't like that he says those words, I don't like that he believes that, I'm not going to interact with that, I'm not going to give that a platform, right? That's completely valid. In the same way that people can go to my videos and they'll watch it and they go, oh, he said retard, I don't like that word, I'm not comfortable watching this. Absolutely valid, completely okay. But, but in that same sense, you cannot apply the same thing where it's like, oh, watch some stupid straight dude and say that's okay, but when I say retard, that's not okay. These things are on the exact same level as each other, and they're both fine. So any words are fine, you can say anything you want. That does not mean people have to react the way you desire them to react, though, is what I mean. And then they reply, it really doesn't matter because it just proves the point. They post on Twitter to make fun of women, complaining about men making fun of women. Ironic. This is just fucking brain dead, to be completely honest. It's the same thing as before. It's professional victim. It's whatever bias they've got. They just go, oh, well, I'm a Mercy player. They banned me. I'm a woman. It's because I'm a woman. It's just unbelievably awful logic that's got us here. But it is what it is. This is just classic Mercy player shit, and this is the main reason, like I said, why people actually don't like the people that play this character. Because this is what they do. Oh, woe is me. Oh my god, I have it so bad. Oh, guys, feel bad for me. Have sympathy for me. Guys, it's so bad. Look, oh my god, they hate me because I'm a woman. No, they hate you because this is how you talk. This is how you communicate. Do you know what I'm saying? People hate you because you're just fucking annoying, okay? How about that? How about the conversation ends there? How about you're annoying? And that's why some people don't like you. There you go. And I'm sorry, just to say, the vast majority... And here's the thing, okay? It's called seeing a pattern, okay? The majority of people with girly names tend to play Mercy because the majority of girls play characters like Diva and Mercy and Carrie and Weaver, and there's women DPS players. My girlfriend plays DPS, okay? I'm not saying that women are only capable of playing girly characters. I know someone's going to say some dumb shit like that, so I had to put it in, okay? But the majority of them do, and if you disagree, you're just wrong, okay? Because they actually just do, which is absolutely fine, okay? But when you load into the game and you see a girly name, normally you're going to, after 1,000 hours of playing the game, you're going to go, okay, the majority, in 90% of cases, this person played a character I don't like, whether it be Mercy or Lifeweaver or Moira or whatever it may be, right? That's not a bad thing. That's called understanding a pattern. That's called seeing a pattern. And then going, well, the majority of these girly names are Mercy players. And the majority of Mercy players are professional victims, crying, whiny, crybaby, where they tend to flame the fuck out of people because they think, oh, I'm the Mercy, and like, there's only so much I can do, my character can't do more. Oh my god, my team is so terrible, there's only so much I can do on Mercy to win the game. Oh, I'm literally just holding the fucking beam on this guy, and I deserve to win. Or, right, we're not getting into that, but you know what I'm saying, right? You can understand why that might fester a certain community, and why people start to dislike said community. It's not anti-women, it's anti-abrasive personality. How about that? There you go, that fits a bit better. And then we find a Mercy player who not only has a brain, but is unfathomably based, and has this unbelievable human skill developed called the ability to think a rational thought. Wonderful. Uninspired Sloth on Reddit says, I love playing Mercy, but I also tend to hate having a Mercy on my team. 9 times out of 10, I'll get the Mercy who heal bots the tank. Doesn't matter if I'm Anna and they're on Ryan, or the tank is Hog. I thought in Gold/Plat games that wouldn't be an issue anymore, but it is. The enemy Mercy is always pocketing her DPS, but I'm somehow expected to stare up at a Pharah constantly, or keep up Sojourn against the pocketed enemy Sojourn, while my Mercy is off feeding because she went in with Doom, who left her behind. Oh my goodness. This, my friends, is what we call a based human being with critical thinking ability. Because that is a big reason why people don't want a Mercy on their team. Because it absolutely sucks to have a Mercy on your team that doesn't know how to play the character. The problem with Mercy is the only real way you're going to get a lot of value on the character is if you yourself as Mercy are very, very good at staying alive and understanding what you're meant to be doing, likely much better than the rest of the lobby is at doing that, and you're able to successfully pocket a smurfing DPS who knows how to play. Outside of like that, the enemy team has to troll fucking-mentally hard in order to actually lose to someone on Mercy, right? You have to fuck the game up so badly to lose to a Mercy who's not pocketing a smurfing DPS, okay? And that's why people hate Mercy, because the majority of the time, you don't have a smurfing DPS. You're just picking the Mercy character and going, I want to play Mercy, which is absolutely fine. You're free to do that. You can pick any character you want. But when you pick the Mercy character, you're taking a support slot that could have been used for a carry, right? That now you don't have to use it. You're picking a support slot that could have been used for Anna. You don't have Anti or Nano anymore. You're picking a support slot that could have been used for any other character in the game, really, and you're missing out on that. And the only way to make that worth it is that you enable a DPS who was already gonna carry the game, but now just pushes him over the edge slightly enough to the point where carrying is so easy that the rest of the team only needs one support to help them, because that's the problem. Because you may have a carry DPS on your team that's capable of carrying the game, but if your team don't have the ability to survive with one support, or your carry DPS isn't capable of killing enough to make it so the other support is able to just simply carry as one support with healing 5 players, whatever, then the Mercy pick isn't worth it, which is why people don't want the character on their team. Now we have this lovely reply to that, and it says, I leave my profile in public so that people can see that the Baptiste that shredded them to bits is a Mercy main. I'd maintain my feminine username and appearance. I'm not going to let some skill issue gooner ruin my time. They hate Mercy because women and low skill, but can't kill a low skill hero, so they hate even harder. This is fucking brain damage. This is unbelievable brain damage. I leave my profile in public so people can see that the Baptiste that shredded them to bits is the Mercy main. I'm just going to say it. No one gives a fuck. No one cares, not even in the slightest, not even a little bit. No one could give less of a fuck that you are a Mercy main and you pick BAP. All this goes to show is that you fuck all on Mercy to the point where you've gotten into the rank where you're able to lock Baptiste and hard carry the game by yourself as a Mercy player. That just goes to show, right? That proves our point. You've managed to play Mercy so badly, or just in general, to the point where you're able to pick Baptiste and solo carry the game when you apparently don't play the character, or it's not your main character. You know what I'm saying? That's why people hate Mercy. There you go. I maintain my feminine username and appearance. No one cares. It's like I said earlier, the majority of people with a feminine name tend to be Mercy players. The vast majority of Mercy players are whiny, crybaby, complaining, idiots, okay? And that's just the reality of the situation, okay? That's life. I'm not going to let some skill issue gunner ruin my time. Absolutely fantastic. I'm happy for you. They hate Mercy because women. No, they don't. They hate Mercy because this is the average person who plays her, the person writing this Reddit comment. And low skill, that's an absolutely valid reason to hate the character. But can't kill a low skill hero, so they hate even harder. I don't even know what that means. Are they referring to Mercy being a low skill hero they cannot kill? I mean, yeah, that's why the character's low skill. She's, she doesn't have to do all that much. She can focus more on purely survival. There you go. So they hate even harder. I don't get it. I don't understand this last sentence. I don't know what it means. Maybe I'm just being a man. Maybe you're being such a man right now. You're being such a straight man. I bet you're white too. I bet you're fucking white. No, sorry. But that's what they do though. Sometimes anyway. Anyway, by the way, this person is a very interesting character. I had to look at their Reddit after this, and I found some very fascinating material. So the first thing we do is collect anime figures. Of course, the majority of Mercy players are abrasive, annoying, and weird. The majority of people that collect anime figures are abrasive, annoying, and weird. The Venn diagram has created a circle. Absolutely brilliant. And here's the thing, before I get started on this, the majority of Mercy players have this main character thing going for them. They think they're part of like a novel. Do you know what I mean? They think they're a character in a book or a movie or something, and that's just how their brain is. I don't know why, but it is what it is. Anyway, this person genuinely believes, and not to like make fun of this person, because this is clearly some level of mental illness, and I'm gonna be making fun of someone else, not this person in particular, but someone else that replies to this comment. But they explain that they genuinely believe they can astrally project. If you don't know what that is, it's like your soul can like leave your body and like go other places. It's fucking bizarre. It's not real. It's mental illness essentially, or it's probably a multitude of things, but it's mental illness, right? For the sake of simplicity. But someone replies to this Reddit post they made about this person astrally projecting and how they're apparently close to astrally projecting, and the comment reads, wow, it sounds like you're really catching on. Congrats for pushing through and all this shit, right? It's encouraging the dog shit, right? It's encouraging the shit that's not real. It's reinforcing that main character syndrome. It's reinforcing that thing where they think they have magical powers. It's mentally ill. They're taking advantage of someone that's mentally ill, or for whatever reason believes in this thing that's obviously not true. And this big community of people, where I genuinely believe the vast majority of them are manipulators, take advantage of these people that genuinely believe these things for whatever reason it may be, but it's likely to be mental illness, and which is completely fucked. You know what I'm saying? These people cannot actually astrally project. They cannot actually have their soul leave their body and go do shit. They don't actually have magical powers, and it's the same reason they think they're a main character in a movie or whatever, because that's just how they are. Their brain has just fully convinced them that that's how it is, and they think that everyone's against them and there's some protagonist in a movie or whatever. And it's sad because it's not true, and it's just weird how it's broken off from me complaining about Mercy players to this. But a lot of people, not just Mercy players, but people in general, genuinely are like this, where they join some community where it's not real, they have some mental episode, and then people encourage that. Imagine for a second I was to say, go to a schizophrenic person having schizophrenic delusions or hallucinations, and I told them, yeah, that's real. You should believe that. What the voices are telling you is true. It's all real. What you say is real. That's fucked. You can't do that. That's fucked up. That's wrong, obviously. But it's absolutely totally fine to do that for other mental illnesses. Someone has, let's just say any other mental illness, doesn't matter, just apply anything to this. Imagine you saying to someone else who's very clearly mentally ill that their delusions are real. It's fucked. But if you know what I'm talking about, there are some mental illnesses that are encouraged by other people around them. They say, no, it's healthy to believe like that. No, it's healthy to think like that. You should think like that. No, that is true. That's not mental illness. That's true. That's real. And it's fucked. And it's taking advantage of vulnerable people. And it's manipulative. Okay? And it's the same thing with this astral projection dog shit. And it's the same thing with a lot of Mercy players, where they just have this weird energy about them where they think they're some main character or whatever it may be, because they're encouraged to think like that in a lot of cases. And then they believe that people are anti-women. They think they hate them because they're a Mercy player. They hate them because they've got a girly name. It's nothing to do with that. You're not a main character. They do not hate you personally. You are in a sea of billions of other humans. They do not dislike you for being a woman. They do not dislike you for whatever other reason. They dislike you because you're playing a character in a video game that they do not enjoy playing with or against. And it's nothing else in the vast majority of cases. In some cases, people do not like Mercy players because of the reasons I explained before. But even that is a small subset of people in comparison to the vast majority disliking her because she's just not a fun character to have on your team. And I hope these people recover from whatever bizarre thing is going on in their brain where they genuinely believe themselves to be in a fucking movie and people hate them or whatever. It's not true. But it is what it is. And that's why I think Mercy mains are professional victims. Have a good day. I love you all. This video was a bit of a ramble. It didn't have much direction. And that's a classic for a great video. I hope you have a good day. Goodbye. Enjoy some lasagna. Tell somebody close to you in your life that you appreciate their presence. Okay? Goodbye, guys. Goodbye. Have a good day. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Goodbye. Goodbye.